front door opened at 11:14 p.m., and my husband called my name from the hallway, but he was already standing behind me in the kitchen. The mug slipped from my hand and shattered across the tile, and for one frozen second I could not breathe because I heard Daniel's wet shoes by the door, his keys hitting the little wooden bowl, his tired voice saying, "Lena, I'm home," while something wearing his face watched me from the dark reflection in the window over the sink. I had been alone all evening, or at least I thought I had. Rain pressed hard against the house, tapping on the windows in uneven bursts, and the power had gone out twice already, long enough each time for the rooms to turn black and strange. I was making tea because sleep had become impossible since Daniel started working late shifts at the hospital, and because the silence in that old house felt too heavy after my mother died. The kitchen light buzzed above me. The clock ticked too loud. I remember staring at the reflection first, not the man himself because my mind refused to turn around. He looked like Daniel, same tall frame, same gray coat, same tired shoulders, but he was too still. Daniel was never still. Even exhausted, he tapped his fingers, loosened his tie, sighed like the weight of the world sat on his chest. This one only stared. Then the real Daniel stepped into the kitchen doorway, damp hair clinging to his forehead, rain on his lashes, and the color drained from his face when he saw what stood behind me. "Lena," he whispered, and I will never forget the sound of it because it was not fear for himself, it was fear for me. I turned then. The thing by the sink smiled with Daniel's mouth, but the smile came too slowly, as if it had learned it by watching from far away. Its eyes were wrong, they were full of love, almost painfully full of it, and that made it worse. "You left her alone again," it said to my husband in his exact voice. The house went silent. Even the rain seemed to stop listening. Daniel grabbed my arm and pulled me behind him. His hand was shaking so hard it hurt. "Do not talk to it," he said. That was when I knew this was not the first time he had seen it. My fear turned sharp then, mixed with something hotter. "What is that?" I asked, but Daniel would not look at me. The thing took one slow step forward, glass crunching under its shoe. "You promised," it said. "You promised you would keep her safe." Daniel backed us toward the hallway. The porch light flashed through the window with each burst of lightning, and every flash changed the thing just a little. In one, it looked exactly like my husband. In the next, its face seemed swollen and pale, like skin left too long underwater. In another, its neck bent at a strange angle before snapping back straight. I started crying without meaning to. It was too much, too unreal. Daniel pushed me toward the stairs and told me to lock myself in the bedroom, but I grabbed his coat and begged him not to leave me. That was when the thing laughed, soft and broken, and said she begged me too. Daniel closed his eyes like the words had cut him open. Then he told me the truth. 2 years earlier, before I met him, there had been another woman. Her name was Mara. He loved her. She was pregnant. One night he was driving home in a storm, just like this one, tired after another long shift, and he looked down at his phone because she had texted, asking when he would be home. He crossed the line for only a second. He killed a man in another car. The man's wife survived. Their little boy did not. Daniel never went to prison because the road was flooded and the report blurred the blame, but Mara left him anyway when she learned what happened, and the baby was lost a month later. Since that night, something had followed him, not always, not every day, but on lonely nights, in reflections, in dark rooms, in the moment between waking and sleep, he would see the man he killed standing nearby, wearing Daniel's face. "It only comes when I love someone," he said, voice breaking. "It waits until I have something to lose." The thing stopped smiling, its head tilted. "Not something," it whispered. "Someone." Then every light in the house died at once. The kitchen dropped into darkness so complete, it felt thick in my mouth. I heard Daniel shove me toward the stairs. I heard the front door slam on its own. I heard wet footsteps running inside the walls. When the lightning flashed again, Daniel and the thing were standing in the middle of the kitchen, face to face, identical except for the eyes. My husband looked terrified. The other one looked heartbroken. "Take me," Daniel said. "Leave her out of this." The thing's expression changed then. And for the first time I saw not evil, but grief so deep it had rotted into something monstrous. "That is what I came for," it said. It moved so fast I barely saw it. 1 second Daniel was there. The next he was on the floor, blood blooming, dark beneath his head where it struck the counter edge. I screamed and fell beside him. His eyes were open, but already far away. Cold rain blew through the house, though every window was closed. The thing knelt across from me, Daniel's face inches from mine, and touched my cheek with icy fingers. "He ran from death once," it said gently. "Tonight he did not." Then it looked down at my husband with something close to mercy. "He loved you enough to stay." When the lights came back, the kitchen was empty, except for me and Daniel in the broken cup. The police said he slipped because of the water he tracked in from outside. They called it an accident. Everyone did. But sometimes, just after midnight, I hear keys drop into the bowl by the door, even though I live alone now. I hear his footsteps cross the hall. I hear him stop outside the bedroom like he used to after late shifts, not wanting to wake me. And once, in the black reflection of my window, I saw him standing there, not broken, not afraid, just watching with those tired, loving eyes, as if death had finally split them apart and left me with the gentler half. I think some ghosts come to haunt, and some come because love has nowhere else to go, and that is the cruelest thing I know, because the people who protect us most are sometimes the ones we never truly see until they are gone.